Hello and welcome. Today I would like to talk about uh, integrating the Huggingface tutorial website with the Huggingface tutorial GitHub repository and how to get the two of them working together. So let's go to the desktop and get started. First of all, let's take a look at the Huggingface uh, website here. So you come over here to Huggingface, and you're going to want to come over here to this little hamburger menu and choose course. And that will bring you here to the Huggingface course. And of course, you should watch this and so on, and read everything. And I find it's very helpful when watching this to turn on the closed captions, but you know, your mileage may vary there. And actually, jump back here from introduction, go into the setup, and this will be very helpful. So the first thing you want to do is you want to create an account. So click on this and then follow the instructions there. And this will create an account for you on Huggingface so that you have access to their API and etc. And it doesn't cost anything to do this, so go ahead and create it. And you know, I don't use these Colab notebooks. I like to do everything on my own machine, and in this case, that machine is a Mac Mini. So that's what I'm going to be teaching you here is how to do this on your own machine. If you're interested in doing it all on a Colab notebook, you can just follow these instructions here. So what are some steps that we need to do? We need to create an environment that we're going to run in. So a virtual environment. And this will give you instructions on how to use venv to do that. I use Conda. I recommend Conda. And if you don't know how to set up a Conda environment, you should learn. And there are lots of videos out there on how to do it. And there are also just some step-by-step instructions. It's not hard. In fact, let me show you how to do it very quickly. You're going to need Conda, of course. And to get that, you would go to Anaconda's webpage and follow the instructions there. I guess that's the best way to leave that. Once you have the environment set up, you have to activate it. And then you can install the necessary packages. So you have to do, for example, a pip install transformers, not bang pip. This is what it looks like inside of a notebook. You just go in your terminal, inside that virtual environment, you do pip install transformers. This syntax is actually incorrect now. To install sentence piece, you do a pip install sentence piece, not install transformer sentence piece. But we'll come back to the things that need to go in to the virtual environment. You also want to create a directory someplace. So here, for example, they're making a directory called Transformers course. I called mine course. I didn't bother to put this in there, Transformers. I just did a make dir course. In fact, I didn't even do that. What I did was, we're going to see this, we're going to link their GitHub repository to this whole process here. So actually, let's take a look at that. Let's go over to GitHub, and then there is a Huggingface course out here. And you're going to want to fork that. You just hit this fork button there and then hit enter. And what you should end up with is it'll look like this. It'll have your username, your GitHub username, and a course. And it'll be identical, but this one will be yours. And if you make changes or anything like that, you'll be able to do that because it's your fork of their repository. Then you come over here under code, and I use SSH. You could use HTTPS if you don't have this set up. Click this, and you'll have that in your clipboard. Go back over to your terminal. Decide where you want to put this. I put it in my code directory. So I cd into my code directory, and then I do a git clone, and I paste in what's in my clipboard. And it looks like this, and hit enter, and then it will make the course directory. So you'll be, oops, what happened here? So I did the git clone from within this directory, and then I just cd into course. And there you go. And I don't know what happened here. What is this? What did I hit? Well, whatever I hit, we're back here. So that's fine. All right. So once we're in the course directory and we have the correct environment, mine is called Bloom 2, but yours should be called course if you followed what I was saying. Then you can take a look in here. And this is what you have. So let's come down here, and you need the transformers module, you need the datasets module. I don't think there's a separate tokenizers module, but I could be wrong about that. You need the accelerate module. All of this stuff here is for converting this tutorial, this course, into a different language. So if your language is English, you don't have to do any of this stuff. You can just skip it. You're not going to be making a pull request. Pull request would allow you to take your newly translated version into a new language and stick it back up on the Huggingface hub. Now, I'm using VS Code for this. If you're using Jupyter Notebooks, you'll have to install Jupyter and Jupyter Lab. Now, you only have to run this, I believe, if you have translated it to another language. Otherwise, the NBS directory should already be out there on in your course directory. Right? You should have this NBS here, and you should have the chapters. Now the NBS directory, that's the important one. So if we cd into NBS, and then CD into English, CD into chapter 1. You should see these two notebooks in here. And if we go back here into the Transformers course, and we go back here into Transformer Models, Introduction. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. So this is our first notebook here. So if you look down here, from Transformers, import pipeline, all of this, you could copy this and run it in your own notebook. But if you go over to Finder, open a new Finder window, go to Code, go to Course, Notebooks, English, Chapter 1. And if you right-click on this, you can open with Visual Studio Code. And when you do that, it should open Visual Studio Code for you. And then I trusted this notebook because it's from a Huggingface. That's a Huggingface repository on GitHub. And then you have to change the kernel up here to course. That's the one you just set up, and the one in which you installed all the modules that you need. Now, I didn't go over what modules you need, but if we go back to setup over here, it will give what you need to do. I'm in the wrong section. You have to be here in setup. Sorry about that. So you've created your account, you set up your environment, and then you want to do not a bang pip, but pip install transformers. Now, within the notebook itself, that's bang install. So they don't have that. They don't have transformers in here. They expected you to do this before you started up your notebook. So that's a pip install transformers, just like that. And you can run that, and it says I've already satisfied all that. That's fine. So what else do we need besides transformers? Well, we're going to need PyTorch or TensorFlow. I use PyTorch primarily, and I believe that there is, where is that? Here, let me find it the easy way. Control F, Command F, PyTorch. I thought that was listed here. Well, in order to do that, we're going to run over to install PyTorch. PyTorch.org. And they have this little widget here. And I'm on a Mac. I'm using Conda. The language is Python. So it gives you the command right here. You can just copy this. Go over to your terminal. Make sure you're in the correct environment. And then go ahead and paste that in there and hit enter. And that will install PyTorch, Torch Vision, Torch Audio, and a bunch of other things that are requirements for those three modules. So what else do we need in here besides transformers? We're going to need data sets, pip install data sets. What else are we going to need? This syntax appears to be deprecated now. So what you're going to want to do instead is pip install sentence piece, not pip install transformer sentence piece. Just pip install sentence piece. And I think at that point you should be good to go. As I said, if you go out here and you right click on this and open it in Visual Studio Code and then go in and change the kernel, you should end up with something that looks like this. And you can just start running these guys. So you want to install data sets, evaluate, and sentence piece. Then you can start using, you can start running all these other cells here. Just click on the little execute cell button here and let it go. And you'll see down here, here are the results. This is the sentence we want to classify. And it's labeled as positive with a almost a 96% certainty. And that's it. You should have everything you need at this point. Of course, if you're using Visual Studio Code, you do have to install the correct extensions. And so those would be Pylance and Python, and also Jupyter, Jupyter Key Map, Jupyter Notebook. Let me see. Yeah, I think it's these three here. These three Microsoft packages here: Jupyter, Jupyter Key Map, Jupyter Notebook. These are the ones that are required in order to get Jupyter Notebooks running inside of VS Code. If you prefer to use Jupyter Notebooks instead of VS Code, then it's a pip install Jupyter and pip install Jupyter Lab. Will get you going there. And then you'd have to start your Jupyter server, your notebook server, and open one of those IP uh, IPYNB files, and that's it. That should get you going. Anyway, I hope this was helpful, and I thank you for joining me. Bye bye.